Yeah. No. What?
Ignacio.
What are you saying? That's a gay name.
It's a gay name.
Gay name. All right, we're recording. Hey, everybody! Welcome to Blunder. Welcome to Blunder Bus. Are we bussing?
Hola. Yes, we're
bussing.
bussing.
Dude, I was bussing hard before you came over.
Yeah,
bussing.
Is that why you're upset when I didn't knock?
Yeah.
You're just finishing your
You
last
literally
bus.
walked in out of nowhere and you went, "Am I interrupting something?" I'm like, "I'm bussing." And I invited you to join. You said no.
I got too comfortable here.
Yeah, you don't bus outside of your own house. It's like you don't poop out of your house, right?
Yeah, don't bus where you eat.
Wait, so like, if you need to bus in the middle of the day, what do? You wait till you go home?
Nah, in college there was a library that I would go to.
God.
There was a basin in the library, and there's a bathroom that nobody would ever use.
Are you being for real? This is for real, right?
Yeah, or maybe it was on the top floor. I don't
Okay.
remember. It was somewhere secluded. I would go and like bust
real
bathroom,
quick,
and then I would stare out the window. Yeah.
Would you just bust? Would you just bust out of with nothing? It was just like you and your imagination, or you were like consuming content. In some
I was
way?
eating carrots.
Yeah. Okay.
I was consuming veggies.
Yeah, just sticking it like very phallic-y. I don't know, fellatio-y. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cute. Hey, you're healthy.
Yeah, well, I mean, like I went to a commuter school, so I didn't have a dorm. So like I would have,
you'd
I would have so much time.
The commute home.
Yeah, I would have so much time between classes. It's like
wow.
Might as well jack off.
Wait, that's so funny. There's actually a specific room where you've probably bussed a lot in college. What college? Which college?
The University of Houston.
Hell yeah. What floor? You said the bottom floor?
I can't remember. I can't remember.
This would be a cherished.
I think it was
college memory.
Oh no, I remember. It wasn't the library.
Okay.
It was the Cullen Hall, which was like the big like auditorium in the middle of the campus. And then I remember there's like a downstairs into a basement.
Wow.
And there's like a secluded bathroom.
Yeah.
And I would just go
How'd
there.
you find this bathroom?
Sometimes I would mostly go there to poop.
Yeah.
But sometimes
you're like, oh man, what a day, and you go and you're like, I'm gonna bust one out real quick and then head home.
Yeah. Yeah.
And an auditorium too.
Yep.
You know all those pipes
some bus deserve an audience.
You know all those pipes just lead to the auditorium. It just echoes. You know what I mean? The acoustics are incredible there.
Yeah.
So they really heard. I don't know how much sound you guys are making while you buzz, but I make a lot of sounds. All right.
You do? I'm pretty quiet.
Yeah. I go woo. Yeah. I'm like, let's go.
I'm what they call a ghost buster.
Yeah,
I'm pretty quiet.
Who you gonna call? Ghostbuster.
Yeah.
Is that when you bust, you go just like a ghost,
like an old man?
and then you die. Oh man, there's no way they come like that. Old. It's got to be normal. It's got to be like, yeah.
You think so?
I don't know. I've never seen an old person bust.
It's got to be crazy because like I can't imagine they do it that often.
Yeah.
So when like. Whenever you don't come for a few days.
Sure, yeah.
And you do it, and it's like extra intense.
Yeah.
Imagine it's like that for like 15 years.
Oh my god.
That's crazy.
Edging for 15.
Remember that movie that we saw, X?
Yeah.
When the guy died from sex?
Right.
His heart hit a heart attack?
Sure.
Yeah, it's probably like that.
That was also an actor in like an old person suit.
Yeah.
Yeah. I will do some research before we meet next time, and I'll let you.
Are you gonna jack off an old guy?
An old person, man or woman.
Yeah.
I don't care. Do you think it's ageist to watch elderly porn? Or is that
ageist?
Or
No,
do you think that's progressive?
woke.
You think that's woke?
To watch old people porn? Like
yeah. But it's like it is racist to like fetishize, you know what I mean? Like to fetishize like a race, be like, I'm only gonna watch black people or whatever. I'm only gonna watch old people. Like it feels a little weird to be like I'm gonna do it, but also like I've never really seen it, so I would be interested. I'm kind of interested.
Oh yeah.
Oh, was that cat getting at you?
Oh,
sorry.
yeah.
Yeah, sorry. You got the socks on.
Dug himself right into my thighs.
Here's some blunders. We're hitting some blunders right now, dude. The cat's the main blunder.
Did you hear that noise I made when he clawed me? That's the noise I make when I come.
Yeah. I go, oh wow.
Yeah.
I do an Owen Wilson impression. Wow, that was incredible. That was incredible. You want to get out of here? Wow, you're amazing.
We have a lot of fun off the name of our podcast.
We're never talking about any mistakes we've ever, because we've never made a mistake.
Never made a mistake. And I don't plan on starting.
Yeah, not today. But yeah, that's the general idea of this pod. We talk about regrets,
And
mistakes, flops, blunders, bad circumstances, little pickles we get ourselves into.
The errors of our youth.
The errors of our youth, being alive. That's a big one. That comes out a lot.
Yeah,
Just
it's
being
relatable.
being born. Yeah. So you said you had one ready. You had one in the barrel. You had a.
Oh yeah,
Well,
yeah.
ready
I went to Chicago last weekend to do
Uh-huh.
some shows.
Nice.
And I went on Mexican Independence Day,
Mm.
which we just learned is not Cinco de
Mayo.
Mayo.
I
Yeah.
was. Yeah. I think you texted me that, and I was like, "Is he joking? It's not Cinco de Mayo." And then you're like, "I'm here for Mexican Independence Day." I'm like, "Oh, dude, you're fucking with me."
Yeah.
And then you just told me now that it's actually a battle against the French or whatever.
Yeah, Cinco de
Yeah.
Mayo is a battle against the French.
Yeah.
I think they won some battle against the French, which, by the way, who hasn't at this point? It's not that impressive.
Yeah.
And then
They're bad fighters. Amazing lovers, though. Incredible.
Yeah.
Ooh, wee.
Yeah, I went on Mexican Independence Day, and I think that was almost a mistake.
What do you mean?
Because like,
Almost a mistake.
here's
That's
the thing I
interesting.
learned about Chicago: the
Uh-huh.
Mexicans go hard.
Yo, for sure, there's a
Chicago.
huge Mexican population in Chicago.
That is surprising to
A
me.
lot of
'cause it's,
Hispanic population.
it's so far away from Mexico.
Yeah.
Because like
Yeah.
it seemed like the Mexican population in Chicago was more prevalent than the Mexican population in New York.
In New York, sure.
For sure. Yeah.
But I feel like it's just how it's just like the north to the south, or sorry, the south to the north, kind of like immigration works. You know what I mean? It's just like it followed from Texas upwards.
oh, it's just a straight shot.
Straight shot. Yeah, I think that's why in Omaha, where I'm from, there's a lot of Mexicans there too,
Whoa.
from the Jalisco area of Mexico. And I
Interesting.
think that's just how immigration kind of like flows. It's
Yeah.
just like it just goes a certain direction.
Oh man, we should open with this. This
Yeah,
is like
sure.
educational and useful.
I am making
We
this
spent
up.
5 minutes
I have
on
fucking
coming
no
and-
idea, dude. Wait, so what was the party like?
Huh?
Did you party with the Mexicans?
I didn't party with any Mexicans. I just
Okay.
I did my shows and I was walking around at night.
Yeah.
And then like, dude, like it's like a known thing in Chicago
Sure.
on Mexican Independence Day weekend.
To stay inside and watch out.
That's how big it is. Mexican Independence Day is Mexican Independence Day weekend.
oh yeah,
in
yeah.
Chicago.
Oh, it's
And
not.
they,
Yeah, it's
they
like 4th of
block-
July.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah. They block streets in Chicago,
Wow.
like downtown Chicago.
That's
'cause
sick.
They know there's gonna be like
Parades and
stuff.
shit. Yeah.
And like, it was crazy. And I was just walking around and watching everybody, and then like they were
Nice.
like their cars. They like have huge Mexican flags. Like,
Yeah,
coming
yeah,
out
yeah.
of the sunroof.
Oh, I did see a car here in New York. Some dude just driving around with a Mexican flag hanging.
Yeah.
I'm like, I wonder what that's about.
I wonder what that.
I wonder what
Huge
that's
Mexican
about.
flag. I wonder
Yeah.
what that's about.
It's a little bold. Wrong country, brother. That's what I said to him.
Yeah.
No, but I was like, oh, I wonder. Yeah, I literally was like, is something happen? I don't know.
It was crazy, and then they were like, they would go out in the street,
Uh-huh.
and then they would like stop. They would like block traffic, sort of, and they would like
Whoa.
wave their flag. It
Whoa.
was crazy.
That's so
yeah.
cool.
Yeah, it was cool. I
Did
was.
you,
a
did
little-
you eat Mexican food that weekend? I'm sure there's like tons of like street vendors and food.
I
and whatnot.
should have, but I did not. I did not.
It was just sort of a thing that kind of happened around you, and you're like, God,
Yeah.
I wish it was just a regular weekend in Chicago because this is really cramping my style.
dude. I'm from Texas.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
I spent my summers like in the valley, like by the
Uh-huh.
border,
Uh huh.
and I was like, this is still pretty Mexican
Yeah.
This
Did they celebrate Independence Day?
in Texas.
Texas, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Okay,
Sure,
so you
yeah,
are
yeah.
familiar with this holiday.
I guess I didn't really pay attention to it that much growing up.
Sure.
But
So, how is this a detriment to your trip?
well, I felt like it was a mistake because I was a little scared. It was a little,
Scared of
It
what?
was a little scary. That's the question. Is like at
Scared
first,
of what?
at first I thought I was scared of Mexicans.
Okay.
And I was like, I feel. Am I racist?
Yeah,
I
a
feel
little
so
bit,
racist.
a little
But
bit.
then I thought about it. I don't think I was scared of the Mexicans. I was afraid of the flags.
What do you mean?
I just think flags are scary.
Like big flags?
just like any flag. Like if you see a flag, like it's a little scary.
What is scary about a flag?
It's just it represents something.
Oh, do you think it's like overwhelmingly like symbolic?
It's just like think about any time you saw a flag.
Uh huh.
It's a little like in what context is a flag like a good thing? It's kind of scary.
Wow. This is actually the spiral you went down is about the flags because this is fascinating.
It's like, yeah, when are they not scary?
Are you afraid of like the American flag?
I don't trust people who are like super proud of the American flag.
Oh yeah, but that's a different thing. That's a reaction of those people. That's like the people.
Yeah.
Less so about the flag.
Well, yeah, I mean, like the flag is associated with the people that are like boosting the flag.
Oh, so you were scared of like nationalists.
Yeah, it's just like flags in general are they
provoke
fear.
They can provoke something.
They provoke fear. Yeah.
Like,
they're
hey, we're fucking here.
Yeah. I guess they provoke pride, but pride also provokes fear.
Yeah, and you're also afraid of the pride flag.
Easy,
buddy.
See it, I know I'm in the wrong neighborhood.
You're by Boys Town. That's a gay neighborhood in Chicago. Yeah, I know Chicago.
Boys Town?
Chicago.
Yeah, a little
Boys
on
Town.
the nose.
Yeah, I think that's the well. Okay, I don't know the history of Chicago, but I know in Omaha in the Midwest, there's this thing called Boys Town where it was an all boys like school where you sent your kid if they're like troubled teenagers or whatever. And they probably got associated with like gayness or whatever.
Oh, because it's all boys.
All boys, yeah. But now it's Boys and Girls Town. But I don't know if that's I've never actually
Boys
looked into
and
this.
Girls Town?
Yeah, Boys and Girls. And now it is in Omaha. I know it's like a Midwest kind of like chain of schools.
Chain of gay schools?
Yeah, gay schools.
Wow.
Well, I went to an all-boys high school and we got called gay a lot.
Really?
Yeah.
You went to all boys high school?
I went to an all-boys high school. Do you know Westboro Baptist Church?
Yes.
Yeah, they had the flags. God hates the F words.
Yeah.
Yeah. And like you're going to hell. They would picket in front of our school all the time because they thought we were all gay. Because they were like, these guys are gay. They're gonna go to hell.
We're not gay. We're just troubled.
Yeah, we're just troubled.
Same
Right.
shit. In the eyes of God.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, that's what. Yeah, it was just interesting because they would like try to provoke us, and we had like many talks with like the dean to be like he like sat us down like, do not talk to them. You don't want to give them the attention.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they're just like an annoying group.
They would protest or they would like do their thing at my college.
Oh, really?
I'll walk by them on the way to jog
Wow.
off.
To the auditorium.
Yeah. But yeah, they would protest. One time,
every time you saw them, you're like, I need to rub one out. This is kind of hot.
Yeah.
I agree with that flag.
The threat of eternal damnation is it's getting a little warm. One time they were like protesting in the courtyard.
Yeah.
And then there was like a counter protest right next to them.
Sure.
Of like some group of like liberals
pro-choice
like,
kind of thing.
Cardboard. Yeah. And then the cops came.
Yeah.
And then they kicked out the students who were
students
because they didn't have a
permit. Oh my God.
So they had to get kicked out.
Wow.
So that must have felt like a huge win for the West.
Oh yeah.
Church. Yeah.
Dude, that sucks.
So, yeah.
But also if you want to protest, you gotta get that permit.
You gotta get that permit.
Get that permit.
But I'm sure they took that
funny.
as a sign from God that they were doing the right thing. Yeah.
This like arbitrary like legal system. I guess they do think it's probably God. It is God influenced in a way, I guess. Very puritanical. Anyway, yeah. I'm sorry that flags. God and flags.
God hates flags.
God hates flags. I've been saying that for years.
Yeah.
You hate flags.
I do hate flags.
You hate a flag it.
They're scary.
They're scary. Is that wrong to say? I don't know. We're gonna cancel for this. Besides that, though, solid weekend. I would be so pumped if it was a Mexican independence. I feel like that's such a fun.
It was really fun.
Any like cultural thing, I'm like, this is so cool. Like this is so like we forget. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like people just forget that shit. People have pride in a thing in like a place they're from.
And they go hard, and it's like. They're not like militant at all. It's just a fun, like,
hard to be militant because I bet a lot of them fear being deported.
Yeah,
as it's a very common thing.
Yeah. It's
so
not the military holiday. The military holiday is Cinco de Mayo.
Yeah.
This one's
for them.
This one's happy.
This one's happy. Yeah.
So that was my mistake was being afraid of Mexican flags.
Well, this is how you grow. You realize that there's nothing to be afraid of.
Flags?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, the flags are fine. Depending on the flag.
Oh, like what if you were on the moon?
Yeah.
And then you're just like hopping on the moon. It's all dark.
Sure.
And then you see that lone American flag. Wouldn't that be a little scary?
It'd be a little trippy, yeah.
Like, ugh.
Yeah.
Even out here?
I think it'd be scary if it was like another flag. Like if it wasn't the American flag and it was like Germany's flag, I'd be like, wait,
Oh, that'd be scary.
what the fuck?
Or it's a flag you don't even recognize.
Yeah.
Oh,
Like, are they here right now? It's like I can't even speak that
I'm
language.
terrified of flags.
This is so interesting. That's so funny. So you don't like have a flag. You never like put up a flag anywhere about anything.
Not in my backyard.
So Pledge of Allegiance was always traumatizing for you growing up.
It was only whenever I thought about it this last weekend. It's whenever I thought about how scary flags are.
We got to get you over this. We'll make it
Okay.
happen.
Okay.
We'll do flag exposure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like The Godfather, I wake up and I have like the Brazilian flag in my room. I'm
Yeah.
draped in it.
You know who has a Brazilian flag and who's also Mexican? Do you know?
There's no way I'm gonna guess.
Who
this.
used to run a podcast with me?
Fern?
Fernando Ruiz.
What is he? Why does he rep
I'm starting to
Brazil?
think you hate Fern. Now that I keep thinking about it, it always comes back to him somehow. It
Oh, I
always
do.
comes.
Yeah,
Oh, you
yeah.
do.
Wait, why does he rep the Brazilian? flag?
He got it as a gift from a friend who's Brazilian.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So it's not like that crazy, but he
Yeah.
is Mexican. So.
Yes, he is. Yes,
Oh
he
well, I
is.
question it. I'm not quite sure. I need to see some papers. I'm not going to deport him, but I will question his ethnicity. You know.
Yeah.
Although I guess, does it say your ethnicity on paper?
well, that's
on like
what a flag
birth,
is. I
a
guess.
birth certificate?
Yeah.
I don't think so. Right? That'd be weird.
Yeah, that would be weird.
But I feel like there's a part that's like mark what you are, and you can mark I guess it depends on the hospital, right?
not on your birth certificate.
Okay. I haven't looked at a birth
I haven't looked
certificate.
at mine. I
yeah,
don't know
so
where mine is.
does it? Do you have to do it for like a driver's license? I think you do to like report who you are.
Your ethnicity?
Maybe.
What if
I
it
don't
was?
have mine
What if
on
it was
me.
by state?
Yeah.
That'd be funny. Like
That'd be
some
funny.
states, you say what race you are.
Yeah, depending. Texas for sure.
We can find out.
Racist.
We can find out.
No, I love Texas. I think
Yeah.
a lot of cool people come from Texas.
Yeah.
Are you gonna peek? It's all the way over there.
It's all
No,
over there. We're not
I
gonna
don't
do
think it says your race. That would be insane.
They should start doing that.
Well, the census does ask.
The census?
Yeah.
You can lie though.
Yeah. But then it's like, then you're ruining data. Because it's like, it's good to have good data.
Mm-hmm.
But it's also a little sketchy. Because now now they're like tracking you in a way. I don't know.
Yeah.
This is a blunder on, we should stop caring about race. That's where the blunder is in America. This becomes like an alt-right podcast. This is what's fucked up about America, all right? The
races,
census,
the different races.
the different races. No race exists. Races are fake, in a way.
Only race that matters is the Republican race.
Yeah.
How about you? What mistakes have you made? In the
Oh
last
man,
week?
I'm actually very excited to hear your thoughts on this
Oh, okay.
because it involves doing too many bits. All right?
Too many bits.
Too many bits. Okay, so to full context, there's this dude at my work. I don't want to say his name. Let's say Kevin. All right, this guy named Kevin. That actually is the name of a dude who I work with. So let's not do Kevin. Let's do Anthony. All right, Anthony. We can call him Tony. So Anthony, he just started working at my office and is like a chill dude, friends, like quickly becoming friends. We eat lunch together all the time and stuff like that. And we were at lunch with another friend of ours that we know. I wonder.
Is it Fern?
It's Andrea, friend of the pod.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Andrea Wang was there. I don't think it's gonna give away who it is. So Andrea, Tony, and Arkai were at lunch. All right, and then so Tony and Andrea are like they have their own connection, because Tony dates one of Andrea's roommates. Right?
Okay.
Do you know who I'm talking about?
No.
Okay, cool. It doesn't matter. I can tell you after. It really doesn't matter. But anyway, so Tony at lunch just we didn't really like provoke him too much to do this because it wasn't us to like we weren't trying to get him to talk about this, but he started like talking about his life, which is fine, and then talk about like his relationships and then like how things just feels very just aren't going the way that he wants them to, and he starts like kind of spiraling and like is really opening up at lunch.
Hell
right?
yeah.
He's just like saying things. He's like really stressing
You're
out.
saying a lot of words that like provoke, spiraling.
Yeah,
It's gonna be a
yeah.
Good story.
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, it wasn't like he didn't like cause a scene, but he was just at a certain point. It was just like he was clearly having such an emotional reaction, and me and Andrew were just listening. Andrew's asking a bunch of questions. I'm literally just sitting there, kind of listening, because I don't really know too much of the situation, and Andrea knew better.
Well, what was going on? What was he talking about?
just like personal life things. Just trust me. It's really not that interesting.
Okay.
It's really just like, this is affecting me emotionally and I don't know how to deal with it.
Is it like a relationship thing?
Sort of, but also like his own life thing, and he just like he was basically spiraling in the context of like his life. Basically.
Okay.
Yeah. And I would tell you if it was like interesting, but it's really not that interesting. It's just like normal life shit, right?
Yeah.
And it's fine. He's like, I'm listening. I'm just like, oh yeah, like this is his time to speak. And I was just like, this is also interesting. Like I don't really know him this well, but like it's cool that he's like opening up. And he was getting to a point where he was so stressed, and he was like, all right, Andrew, you guys talk about something else. Like he like literally was like, stop talking to me, cutting us off, and he like made us talk, which is fine. Because we weren't like prying. He just told us, right?
Yeah.
And he's also like, so me and Andrew started talking about something else, and then he was like, yeah, man, I was spiraling this morning. I thought I was out of it, but now I'm back, And we're like, damn, that sucks. But then like when we were trying to talk about something else, I tried to keep it lighthearted. I was like, oh, joking around, a little bit. I was just like, yeah, I heard it's gonna rain this weekend, like just like joking, right? Mm-hmm. And we have the lunch, kind of like get through the lunch, it's fine, and we're starting to walk out. And he sort of mentions, like, he, like, apologized, like, hey, sorry about, like, spiraling there, and, like, I feel bad, and, like, I just, feel bad that I did this to you guys, like, kind of trauma dumped, right? And I, like, put my arm around, like, hey, don't worry, buddy, like, I'm always happy to talk to you, like, let me know if you want to talk about anything ever, like, just, like, kind of laughing about it, and he was like, probably not going to do that. And I'm like, oh, okay, that's fine. That's okay, I guess. And I was like, wow, all right, just like jokingly.
Yeah, really slam the door in your face.
Yeah, I was like, all right, dude, okay. And my first thought was like, oh, it's because he doesn't know me that well, which is like, that's fine. We're not that close, right? But then he was like, yeah, just like, I don't know when the bits end, when the bits don't, and when the bits start. You know what I mean? I'm like, what? He was like, yeah, dude, it's like sometimes it's like talking, it's like I have to use a word machete to get through the conversation. And I'm like, oh my God. And now I feel real bad that like I do too many bits during conversations, and I can't.
It sounds just like he's just an angsty dude.
I don't know.
Angsty Anthony.
Right. So I was like, wow, okay. I do too many bits. All right. I guess we don't have to talk. I was very hurt. I was like, man, this sucks. Cause now I worried that I'm coming off as this person who does too many bits and like no one gets serious with, you know what I mean? And he was like, no, that's not what I mean. Like, it's not like you do too many bits. And I was like, okay, he means like, he doesn't know if I say something serious if I'm like joking or not. Right. Yeah. Which also is a problem. And like, I think that is a symptom of doing too many bits. You know what I mean? And yeah, I was like, no, dude, it's fine. You don't have to talk to me about anything. You lost your chance. Like, I was just like being very like, don't talk to me. Like, I was like jokingly being mean, but like half serious. I was like, what a crazy thing to say. I try to be open to him, and he could have just said, okay, yeah, thanks, man. And then like, if he doesn't want to bring it up, he doesn't have to take in the option. You know what I mean? So he felt really bad about that, and we sort of walked. We walked back to work like in silence, and I was like, "Hey man, don't worry about it. Like, I know you said that, but like, it's fine. Like, it's really fine. Like, if you don't want to talk about stuff, it's like okay. Like, it's." And I was like trying to be like as nice as possible. Like, it's okay. Like, I don't know you that well. You know what I mean? And he was just like, his head was down, just like he was completely silent. I'm like, he felt really bad for saying that. And then like we go back to work and we go our separate ways. And then after when the day ended, we were walking out and I saw him and I was like, all right, I'll see you later. And then he was like, hey, Art, I'm like really sorry. And I'm like, dude, it's fine. He's like, no, I'm like really sorry. And then we walk out and then I'm walking with Fernando, who is also friends with Tony. And he's like, I was like talking to him about it because Fernando's actually brought up how I do too many bits.
You do be doing bits.
I do be too many bits when we're like talking about serious things, and I'm like, I've been trying to be better with Fernando about it, and I'm trying to like tone it down a bit. Sometimes I don't know, sometimes I'm not sure if we're talking serious or joking, and I think that's the issue. And he was like, yeah, ooh, I need to blur that out. Okay, 23 minutes. Tony was like, I slipped the name.
I completely missed it.
No, it's okay.
A little treat for the listeners.
Right. Well, I'm going to bleep it out. But Tony was like talking to Fernando and was like, man, I feel really bad. I should apologize to Art. And Fernando was just like, oh, don't worry about it. Like, Art doesn't care that much. And honestly, I don't care that much. my only like logical rationalizing it all is like, oh, if he like, I don't know him that well, so it'd be kind of weird. He probably feels this way, which is fine. And also like, it's a lot. It's a lot to be trauma dumped like that. I don't want that to happen to me that often. You know what I mean? So I'm like, I'm happy to talk, but like, if he's gonna talk to me like every fucking day about it, I'm like, dude, this could be too much. You know?
Yeah. Well, I think it was a lack of self-awareness on his part.
What do you mean?
Because it's like, why not do bits throughout his trauma? It's not our trauma. It's not important to us.
Well,
so
I
why
think
are we gonna treat it like?
No, I think it's fair to be like, he just wants someone to listen and just like respond seriously and not like take it as a joke. Because I feel like if you joke around about it, they like, you're sort of minimizing it in a way. You're like avoiding it almost.
Well, yeah, isn't that why you're talking about it?
To get
minimize,
jokes.
to minimize your problem.
No, I think a lot of people talk about hard things to process things and also maybe to find solutions and also maybe just to be, just to let it out, you know?
Yeah.
So I did feel bad.
That
But
would
that's
be annoying if
kind
somebody
of a
told
big
me,
fuck
like,
up.
You do too many bits, so I'm trauma dumping on you. I would lean into it. I'm like, oh, do I do too many bits?
Well, I sort of did a little bit. I was like, dude, yeah, I do too many bits, I guess. Well, you lost your chance of talking to me. Yeah. But no, I did feel bad. I feel bad because I want to be a person that people feel comfortable reaching out to. But also, like, I don't know him that well, so it's like I don't even expect him to do that, which is why I feel fine to do it. Or fine that he doesn't do it.
The next time you guys get lunch or he opens up to you,
Yeah.
you're like in your head, you're gonna overcorrect.
Yes, yeah.
Like,
I'm just like, dude, cup my ears so I hear better. Wow.
You
So
gotta
I
do
just
that.
really gotta
You
get
gotta
every
do that
word.
the next time.
No, but he's like, yo, you're doing a bit.
No,
I'm
I
like,
swear to God.
I
I'm not.
swear to God.
I swear to God. I swear to God. I'm listening. I am sitting my white ass down and
listening. Well, that's the issue. I have had that complaint before, where like people aren't sure if I'm being serious.
Too many bits.
Yeah, maybe.
Be a good name for a show.
Too many bits.
Too many bits.
Not enough bits. 2-bit minimum.
Hey,
How about that?
Yeah.
I think that actually was the name of a show at one point.
Oh, that's pretty good.
I'm stealing shit. But yeah, how about that, Blunder? On my end and on his end, kind of a crazy thing to say. I think if it were normal, a more normal response would have been, yeah, for sure. Like, I'll definitely reach out. And then in your mind, just go, I'll never reach out to this person.
Yes,
right?
exactly what I would do. You just internalize everything.
Yeah, no, not even internalize. Just like, no, I'm just going to, he's not the person, you know?
Yeah.
I'm just going to be nice, though.
Mm-hmm.
But maybe he felt comfortable enough to say that, though, which I think I also respect.
I don't know. That guy seems like a bundle of nerves.
Yeah. He's got some issues, Tony.
Oh yeah.
not the person I just said.
And it sounds like they weren't even like huge problems to where they'd be interesting. To where it would trigger you to be like, oh, I should be serious about this. Just sounds like
it was like personal issue. Like it was like dating issues, which is like you said, it wasn't so traumatizing to the point where it wasn't like my parents have died in a fire. You know what I mean? It wasn't
right.
But like, how do you judge
my
that line?
girlfriend died in a fire.
Right. It wasn't like, how do you judge that line though? You know what I mean? Because some people just react to things a little more than others.
Yeah. I mean, it's a simple thing to solve. Like if you felt like you guys were being too bitty, too jokey, he could just been like, let me just tell the story.
No, I got
story.
this.
Yeah.
I'm being serious right now, which is what
because my friends do that too. They're
right.
like, they'll tag things up, and it's like, there's a story about my grandmother's in the hospital. Can we not do this? You just say that.
Right.
Yeah.
And I think that'd be fine too. Mm-hmm. There's a lot of options he could have done
instead of like, I'll never.
Yeah,
talk to you ever again, like lightning in the background. Yeah.
But if it made me feel bad, but also made me like realize like, I think I'm a guy who does a little too many bits sometimes. I can't be serious. It was a problem in college. I used to do that all the time.
Oh yeah.
Big problem. I think I'm avoidant. Do you think it's an avoidant behavior to do too many bits?
No.
Okay. Hell yeah, I'm good, guys.
Yeah.
The most toxic podcast. Yeah, just detach from everything real and just joke about it.
You think that's avoidant behavior?
Oh yeah, Well, sometimes
you have to be listening to do bits.
Yeah. Well, you mean to react with bits?
Yeah.
I think so. I think I talked to Andrew about this too, where like if you do bits about something serious, you don't actually address the thing. You kind of just like there's a distance. There's sort of like a detachment. Yeah. Yeah.
Huh.
You don't believe it though. If you
do I believe it? Am I being avoidant right now?
So like if you told me something serious, would you want me to be like, but actually, you know what I mean? You want to be like, well, blah 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 blah.
If I told you something serious.
Yada yada yada. Well, dating's hard, buddy, in New York City. This guy gets it.
Man. Yeah, I don't know. I would get annoyed if that's all I got back, but then I would just be like, okay, well then this isn't the guy.
Sure.
Yeah.
But you
also, it's my problem. I don't like. Why?
Why talk about it with anybody? You gotta put it, like you said, internalize it. Talked about it with nobody.
I would at least
It'll
understand.
go away.
I would at least understand. I don't know until I'm in that.
It's contextual.
Yeah,
I think it's contextual. I think you're right in that it depends on what they're saying. And again, I was being pretty attentive at lunch. I felt like I was like literally in my mind. I was like, oh, this is the time to listen. I remember telling myself that, and I just listened.
Yeah.
And you get no recognition for listening. So I guess this is advice to anyone else who's listening. If you want to be a good person, you want to be known that you're a good person, you should say, I'm listening. Whenever someone tells
I'm listening.
I'm listening.
I hear you.
I hear you. I feel, I see you. And just say that multiple times.
Yeah.
Over and over and over again.
And don't be silly about it.
Don't be silly. Provide nothing. No advice.
No
just
bits.
say, I hear you. Over and over again. Bring one of those old-timey horns that people used to use to listen. And just lean in and be like, Bring a stethoscope and just put it on their mouth. Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Anyway, kind of a fuck up. Felt bad, and that was a big one. And I do think I want to tone it down a bit.
Tone down the bits.
I guess so.
Yeah. I had a bit fail last night. I was at like a birthday party thing at a bar.
Okay.
And then
whose birthday?
Mike. When?
Oh, he didn't invite me.
He didn't. He invited like 3 people.
Oh, okay.
I wasn't one of them.
Yeah, I crashed.
Yeah. Entret.
Of course.
He brought a bunch of like these Asian girls, Anne's friends, and then
Ann Chun.
I was hanging out with them.
Friend of the pod.
And then
it's not released yet.
And like they asked me what I was. I said I'm Vietnamese and Filipino. They asked me what my favorite like Asian food is.
Okay.
And I was like, I don't know. I don't like Korean food.
Yeah.
I don't. And then I could tell one of the girls was
you.
Korean.
Oof.
And then so they were like, why don't you like Korean food? And I was like, the Koreans.
Yeah.
And I meant it as a bit, but I totally see why they took offense.
Yeah.
And she did. And
was she coming after you?
I could tell from her face, she was looking
Did not like that.
pretty Korean. She was looking pretty mad. And then, whatever,
Right. Also, they asked the question. You're just giving an answer.
Yeah.
As if like any answer is correct.
Yeah, but
you know
I was
what
giving
I mean?
like a very jokey answer.
Right.
And so she like reacted negatively, which is fine. I was like, I'll turn that around. But then her husband was like this Indian dude.
Hell
he was
yeah,
like
dude.
this like nerdy kind of like small guy like me.
Shit.
And then he goes, "Hey, watch it.
Wait, he said that?
Watch it."
Oh my god.
He kept doing it. He goes, "Hey, watch it.
Oh my god.
Watch it." And like,
what a loser.
In my head,
what a loser.
I was like still joking around, like, I'm joking.
Yeah, watch
head,
this.
I was like, what? Like, you fucking pussy. Like, watch what, you fucking bitch.
Okay, that is a toxic. Now you're toxic. Dude.
Yeah. But I kept it jovial, and I was like,
right.
But in my head,
that is a loser response.
Watch it. Watch it.
Hey, casual conversation. You better back up, buddy.
Yeah. But I'm glad I didn't escalate things. It kind of like annoyed me.
It irked you.
It irked me a lot, but I didn't escalate it. But then I realized like this guy was just like a fucking douchebag because he did the same thing to the bartender later in the night.
He said,
"Watch
it."
Believe it took him 10 minutes to get to me.
Oh
I was like,
God,
"Yeah, it's
dude.
busy and you're short. Like it just happened to me 5 minutes ago. That's what happens.
It's life.
It's life."
Relax. Dude, I love meeting people like that who just have no sense of humor and they're just like so square. And
Yeah, he
had
no sense of humor and was like so fucking.
How do you go through life?
Self-important.
Yeah. That reminds me of we went to a show in Radio City Music Hall last night. The Ben Schwartz show.
Cool.
Yeah, it was really great. So it's improv, right? And so they get suggestions from the audience. And this guy, they were like, all right, we need one more. Give me one more story, like a very New York story. And this guy raised his hand like, this is the worst day I've ever been on. And so everyone, a crowd of 6,000 people, sold out show. 6,000 people fit in Radio City Music Hall, sold out. One person raises his hand and it was like, I have the worst date story in New York City.
Oh, he's been working on this story for a while.
Oh, here's the thing, baby. He starts telling the story. Everyone's like so excited to hear this. And we're like, oh, this is going to be good. Literally the story was, yeah, we went on a date at Central Park and we talked for maybe an hour and a half and it was so boring.
What?
That's why it was bad. And they're like, wait. That was the whole story. Like literally on stage, Ben Schwartz was like, that can't be it. That can't be it. And the guy's like, no, there's more. And he's like, okay, let's hear it. It's like, this is, and Ben's like, this is it. This is the big thing, right? He's like, yeah. So he's like, okay, so we talk at Central Park. It was so super boring. And then she was like, let's go to a bar. And I was like, okay, maybe it'll be better. So he goes to the bar. And then she says, the bartender is my sister's boyfriend.
Okay. That's it?
That's the big thing. And then Ben Schwartz was like, is that the big thing? And he's like, yeah. And they were like, no, fuck. This is the worst date you've ever been on. It's just a boring conversation. The bartender was just some random third connection.
Yeah.
And he's like, no, actually, no. We were making out a little bit. We were making out like the Central Park, and there was like 1,000 rats behind us. And then he goes, that's okay. So that's the thing. That's the thing. Yeah. And then he goes, yeah. And he goes, this is not bad. This is a normal, he's like, this is literally a normal date.
Yeah.
And he goes,
there were rats in New York.
Yeah. Yes. And then everyone's like, what? This guy sucks. And it's just like, it reminds me of that square. He probably, the Indian dude that you were talking about, this is probably like how he thinks, where it's just like, this is the craziest thing that happened. It's like the most bland thing ever.
Dude, yeah, I bet.
It's
insane. I think that would be in line.
I think it's in line, with a sort of like square attitude of like, you watch out, dude. Don't make fun of this thing.
You think that was discouraging for Ben Schwartzman? It's these are the people I'm entertaining. It's like
these fucking idiots.
They have no sense of humor.
No, they really leaned into it. They really made fun of them though.
Okay, that's
like
good.
they were like they're just like the first scene was like a date and it was like an hour and a half later and then they were just like talking and it's like this is the worst date I've ever been on. They kind of looked at the camera kind of thing. We're just like that's funny. It's like such a normal date. Yeah. Oh, man. But that's
fun.
So wait, did you fight this guy? Not at all.
No.
Did you keep your distance?
No, I did address it later. After he brought the bartender thing up, I was like, you have like a real chip on your shoulder.
What do you say to that?
And then his wife was yeah. She flipped.
Yeah,
she was on my side.
Yeah. Oh my god.
I was a dork.
She probably was like, my husband's a beta cook.
I really won them over. I did that thing where I made everybody upset and then I won them over.
Yeah. That's so fun to do.
Yeah.
Wait, so you don't actually love Korean food that much?
It's not my favorite.
I'm with you. I'm 100% with you.
Yeah. I don't like the sweet. We still have to do Japanese barbecue.
We should.
We talk about it all the
time.
I
like Korean food. I just think it's a little just kind of basic in a way.
Yeah, I think so too. Yeah.
Like even the spicy stuff feels kind of like a basic spicy.
Yeah.
You know, it's not like it's not very there's not a lot of flavor like a bodily flavor. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Kind of just one note. A lot of other things.
Yeah, I think you have put a lot more thought into it than I have. Yeah. I just know I just don't like it and I don't like them.
I've tried I think kimchi's great. I love kimchi. I think kimchi like really packs a good punch and like is interesting and like all that stuff. But like I've tried so hard to love Korean food. And every time I'm just like, it's pretty good.
I'm a little underwhelmed.
Yeah. But there are Korean dishes that I love. Samdubu, love samdubu. You know
I love that.
Love bulgogi.
What's it called? Like BD tofu?
Yeah, BCD.
BCD?
That's samdubu.
Their tofu dishes are really good.
Yeah. So that's like it. They have good shit, but I think overall it's so...
Overall,
just like Koreans in general. No, I love the Koreans. My second favorite race. First favorite race? White guy with dreadlocks. White guy. Least favorite, third place, gingers.
Ooh.
And everyone else tied for second.
They sort of balance each other out.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
The best race and the worst race?
Yeah.
Anyway, that sucks. That sucks that you have to deal with this guy.
It was very brief.
Yeah.
Yeah.
God, I want to meet this guy I love meeting people like that. I love meeting squares and like really leaning in to like get them to like say something so bland. It's just like, this is so fun.
I love a square.
So fun.
He was just like antagonistic. This square had a couple of rough edges.
Yeah.
It had some cut corners.
Oh, he was dealing with stuff.
I guess
Insecure guy.
Maybe, yeah.
So how'd you win him over? Were you just joking around about it and they were like, this guy's just being silly?
I just like I was just giving everybody attention and like asking them questions.
Oh, you're rizzing them up.
Funny and
yeah. Anne was having a good time. Entree was laughing.
There.
Oh, just Entree.
Entree brought all of her friends.
Oh, okay.
Which is strange.
That is strange. Maybe they're friends. No. Like they're like Anne was friends with them first, and then they became friends later.
Yeah. I think they were all like old friends.
Right.
But Anne didn't want to come. She was like, tired.
I wonder if I'll meet them at the wedding.
Oh yeah, Entree's having like he's having like a little party.
Whoa.
For the wedding in October, and all of our listeners are invited.
Yeah, please in mass. Open bar, baby.
It is an open bar.
Yeah.
Let's go.
I'm assuming I'm invited to that, right? I'm going to the wedding. It'd be weird if I wasn't invited to this.
I'm pretty sure you're invited.
Right.
Yeah.
I love those guys.
You were at their like blessing.
Yeah, I was the only one of their friends.
Yeah.
Because I'm
Thai.
part Thai. I just found out I have Thai citizenship.
Wow.
Is that crazy? I have a Thai passport apparently.
How did you find that out?
I was talking to my mom today, and I was talking about her. I was like, curious about her citizenship status because it's not clear to me, right?
Okay.
And she was like, "Yeah, I have a Thai passport." And I was like, "Oh," and she's like, "You have one too?" And I'm like, "What?" And she was like, "Yeah." And I was like, "Okay."
Wow. Do they expire?
I think they expire. I'd have to get it renewed, but I think I had one. I think I have one somehow.
Sick. Nice.
I don't know if I should be saying this on the pod. Not that it matters, right? Having a
were they gonna,
passport.
like, deport you?
It's not illegal.
Yeah.
I was also born in America. Yeah. Try your luck, America.
Yeah.
Deport me with a bunch of the Mexicans for Mexican Independence Day. But yeah, I just found that out. Is that cool?
That is pretty cool.
Pretty random.
Yeah, pretty handy if you need to go to Thailand, like you are in December.
Right, or like I need to run away. I think that's why my mom got a Thai passport for me.
She needs to run away.
Well, I think when she had me, she literally was like, I gotta
get the hell out of here.
Just in case I need to fucking run.
Wow.
I can bring my kid. I think that's literally why she has it.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, which is kind of intense to think about. I think it's very common for immigrants to be like, all right, I need a contingency plan if America doesn't work out. I can pop back real easily.
Oh.
You know?
Yeah.
Do you have a go bag?
A go bag?
You know what that is?
Like if I need to get out of here?
Yeah, dude. You just grab the bag and go.
I
got
don't.
Some cash
but
in there.
I guess maybe I should.
Got some cans of beans in there.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know who has one? Rob Schneider.
Schneider.
He's like a crazy person. Yeah, he's like.
Yeah, I know because my friend opens for him.
Are you serious?
He says he's like
no
crazy.
way.
Yeah.
He's insane.
And his act is all like almost like alt-right shit.
Yeah, alt-right. And he's also like anti-vax and shit. Like alt-right. Yeah. But he has like a go bag. And he like talks about it, and it's also in his TV show. And Fernando told me about this.
Why? Yeah. Why does Rob Schneider?
I don't know. I think his wife is like Hispanic or something. And so, like, she probably convinced him to be like, we got it, just in case.
Vámonos.
Oh, you picked up some Spanish this weekend?
I always spoke a little Spanish.
Okay. Okay. That's fun.
Yep.
You're a jack of all trades. All right, we're doing a new segment this time around called Reddit. Today I fucked up.
Today I fucked up.
So we
can we do our segment is just the name of the Reddit.
Yeah, today I fucked up. TIFU.
Yeah.
This is a famous Reddit. I'm sure podcasts already do this, where they just fucking scour the subreddit looking for stories to talk about. Yeah. But this fits our podcast. All right, our podcast is about fucking up and doing things and messing up and having flops. All right. Yeah. So we scoured this one. We got this good one, and it's called "Today I Fucked Up" by helping my dad set up his Tinder profile. All right, I'm not going to read this whole thing, but a TLDR, too long didn't read, I agreed to set up my divorced dad's Tinder profile, which required a lot more work than I anticipated. I thought it was over when his profile was set up, but then my mom found out about my dad's Tinder profile.
Whoa.
And made me go through the same process all over again so that she could have a Tinder profile too.
Wow.
And I think I read this, and it was like the son had to. I forgot about this until now. The son had to take his dad's pictures with his ex-wife and Photoshop out his mom, which I think is so funny. Yeah. It's like, you want mom out of this picture of us in the Grand Canyon, right? And he's like, yeah, all right. So he like did that. And apparently, what?
Parent Trap. You think he took the same picture for his mom and photoshopped his dad out?
I don't think this kid wants his parents to be alive. Like I don't think he wants to be his kid their kid anymore.
Sure, yeah.
Yeah, but maybe I think that'd be funny if they parent trapped each other, which I think is pretty silly.
I hope they match. I hope they fall in love again.
Right. So he also
the ultimate Tinder story.
He also described so he had to use pictures with him and his mom because apparently the solo pictures of his dad were, and these are his words.
Hell yeah.
Made him look like the hillbilly gas station owner who worked in the middle of nowhere and encouraged lost teenagers to follow the route that is not on the map so they could get violently killed by cannibals.
Whoa.
So, yeah, I feel like he just has a feeling towards his dad, which is not great.
Probably no descriptions of his mom, huh?
Yeah, I'm trying to...
She can't be that great looking either.
Yeah, probably
if that's
real
if that's what dad looks like, she's probably
a real
not
uggo.
Either, yeah.
Yeah, he's like the dad. You see like an update that's like, my dad's been on Tinder for the last 3 years and hasn't gotten a single match. And then he asked me for help.
I want to know where this is. I want to go there. I want to get on Tinder. I want to fuck his mom.
Yeah. My mom somehow found out about my dad's Tinder profile and asked me to do the same thing for her. I didn't want to, but I had to. Otherwise, my mom might feel discriminated, which I think is funny. Like, this is like an HR issue, like in the house. Oh, this is a discrimination lawsuit. My love life is practically non-existent, yet here I am helping my parents sleep with other random people. Sigh.
Whoa. Well, I don't think they're actually going to be having sex with other people. Like, if that's what...
Oh, maybe.
That's what the dad looks like?
Well, I think the picture was just bad.
I mean, how much better... If he looks like that in some pictures, how much better can it be?
That's a good point. Maybe he, like, had a beard and he could shave the beard, take off his glasses, the classic, like, 90s rom-com thing.
He should leave the wife in the pictures.
Right.
There's a good chance that's the most attractive thing about him.
Right, it's like up his status.
Yeah.
Oh, we should hit up this guy, be like, yo, we got this. Let us fix it up.
This is like the white version. You know how immigrant kids like do their paperwork for their parents?
Yes.
It's when their parents get the inevitable divorce.
Oh, yeah,
they have to make up their Tinder profiles.
Finally, they understand the plights. They get it.
Oh, man.
That's so funny.
Dude, I already have the perfect picture of my dad if I had to make him.
Okay. Describe the picture.
It's him in Academy. That's our sports and outdoor store with the M16.
Oh my god.
Oh, and he likes a fish, so maybe one with
a fish. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it'd be funny if he had a picture. I think I've seen this, but like it's a fish. It's a fish holding up the person. You know what I mean? So like a switcheroo. That'd be really silly, right?
Yeah, that'd be.
You should do that for your dad.
Yeah.
Does he fish? He fishes like big fish. Like he gets big fish.
He has when he goes like on like the deep sea fishing.
Oh, he does that?
He has before.
Whoa. Yeah. Is he really into fishing?
Yeah, super into fishing. Yeah, I went fishing with him the last time I was there.
He
went out on a little boat.
He's the Vietnamese side, right?
Yeah.
Okay, that's a big fishing community.
It is.
The whole country, they love that fish.
It is, yeah.
Yeah.
And,
that's so cool.
Yeah. Or what if he's like holding up a little catfish?
Right.
I'm sure that's been done before.
I think my dad's profile would be bad. Because he doesn't smile in pictures. He's like an old school Asian guy. I don't smile in pictures. And really in real life.
What does he do with like his hands?
It's like they're just like on his side. Yeah, yes, exactly. That's exactly. He's just like
zoom out so they can see the back.
Right. I think I feel like older pictures and I feel like this is actually pretty common outside of America where you're supposed to not smile. You're supposed to it's supposed to be like a normal kind of neutral look. Right?
You know what? That makes more sense.
Yeah. You want to capture like more of a real feeling. But I think in America they really want to like make it seem like we're having an amazing time. You're missing out. That kind of thing.
Yeah. Why do we have to smile in pictures?
I don't know. It's apparently the queen doesn't. I mean, not apparently. The queen doesn't smile in pictures because she would have to smile all the time. The queen. I guess she's dead.
Why? Like we wouldn't recognize her?
No, it's more for her to like not be tired of smiling.
Okay.
Yeah.
I see.
Yeah. So maybe my dad he's like the queen.
He's the queen.
He just
queen
gets a lot of paparazzi in the past.
Yeah.
Yeah, Queen of Thailand. China, but tomato.
My dad, my mom would have a good Tinder. She's pretty hot.
Hell yeah. Dude, send me some pics.
I'll show you her Instagram.
No. Does she have an Instagram?
Yeah.
That's sweet.
Yeah,
Does your dad too?
My mom, my dad. No, not my dad. My dad just lurks on my mom's.
Okay.
And then
just like looking at your moms, you mean oh shit, look at that.
Yeah,
look at this
I think my grandma has Instagram too.
Really?
Yeah,
it's pretty common.
Facebook,
yeah, I guess it's pretty common now with older generations.
Yeah.
My mom has a TikTok. She just told me that.
She's got a TikTok?
She's like, I love TikTok. And I'm like, what do you get on TikTok? She goes, Thai politics. I'm like, what?
Big news, Art. I got a TikTok and you got a Thai citizenship.
Yeah, what the hell? Are we becoming nationalists? What's going on? She's getting poison brained by TikTok. No, TikTok's sick. I actually kind of like TikTok, you know? But
so like he says he fucked up by helping his dad set up his Tinder profile, but why is that a fuck up? I mean, what were the results of that?
I think it's more of a fucked up because he doesn't want to do it. He feels I think he's just like he said, he doesn't even work on his own dating profile. So now he's like put in effort and like emotional analysis on his parents and and also had to Photoshop out his mom, which I think is so funny.
That is really funny. Yeah.
Put, like, you know how like dating profiles, they put like an emoji over like the other person's face. You know what I mean? Yeah, that's like what he did. He was just like
just an X.
Like a wizard or something.
Yeah.
Is she your ex? Well, she died.
I feel like it would be more of a fuck up if you had to like social media intern his whole account, where like you had to like interact with the matches too.
Right. Well, I think that's I wonder if that's the expectation. That can't be. No, I feel like the parents would probably be like, I want to drive. Let me interact with these people.
Right.
If they're like good parents.
Yeah.
Who knows if they are? I mean, it's kind of sweet that the parents are like, you know internet better than I do, so can you please set this up? Yeah. It's kind of sweet. Like you said, immigrant kid thing.
How like illiterate do you have to be to where like, I need help with the swipe left, swipe right app?
Well, Dad, if they're hot.
Yeah. It's the most instinctual app. Like,
right,
if you like...
There's a little bit of thought in terms of the profile, though. Like, how do I rizza people over a question?
Yeah.
You're on the apps, right?
I was at a time.
Are you off them right now?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But well, the key is just like pay for the premium.
What is that?
Like you get like unlimited like matches or whatever, because it was really just like a numbers game.
Yeah.
And so.
But doesn't the algorithm track that? Like if you do too many swipes a certain way, they'll stop like showing your profile. Like it has to be calculated swipes. Does that make sense?
Oh, well then that would explain
a lot of. Yeah. So I'm so lonely. But no, they like bury your profile because there's so many more dudes.
Dude, I know. Hey, will you make me Tinder?
Today I fucked up. I had to help my friend make a Tinder profile. I think it'd be funny. This is one thing I really want to do with someone's Tinder profile is like put them like on the floor against a wall and have a measuring tape to prove that their actual height is a certain height.
Oh, that'd be a good one.
I think it'd be really fun to do. Just this is it looks like a
mugshot.
You
do that with a tall person or short person.
And it doesn't matter. I just think it'd be funny. Tall would be really funny.
Tall would be funny. I think short would be funnier.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, because tall is almost like a brag. It's like, I am actually 6'1".
That's really funny.
Like if they're like 5'7", then it's like.
You know, it'd be really funny if you like have one picture that's like a short person, their actual height, and then the next picture it's a fake. You know, like they like move the measuring tape, and it's like, or am I 6 feet tall? Find out, baby.
6 feet behind them.
Yes, that'd be funny. Yeah. They like reveal like how. That'd be funny.
Great. That'd be fun. Yeah.
We should do this. Start up. Wait, did you actually pay for premium?
When I first moved to New York.
Wow, that's crazy.
I was just fucking firing them away.
Yeah. Wait, when did you moved like 2 years ago, right?
Yeah.
3 years. Okay, interesting. It's much different when I was dating online. Like it seems like the apps have changed a lot. And like, like no one uses Bumble really anymore. That kind of thing. You know?
Yeah, I was mostly on Hinge.
Yeah,
Hinge was easier.
Hinge was bad when I first started.
Really?
Yeah, it was like no one was on Hinge.
Oh, because I think you had to be invited or something.
No, I think it was just like it was racist. I think it literally was just for white people. Like when it first came out. Like when it first came out. A little bit. That's That makes sense. That makes sense.
But
hard out here. I can tell you that much.
But yeah, not on them anymore.
Wow. That's good though.
It's growth.
Everyone that I know.
I'm just too busy with my parents.
Banging my mom. Did I mention she's hot?
She's an attractive lady.
Are you being for real? Yeah, she's pretty. That's sweet.
She's pretty. She's always been pretty. I don't mean that in like my mom's the prettiest. No, she's like
legitimately
she's
pretty.
Yeah.
That like warms my heart. in a weird way.
Yeah.
In like an incestual. I guess I'm into incest.
Yeah. Let's see what it does to your loins.
What doesn't it do? All right. We're about to hit an hour. That's crazy.
That flew by.
Wow. Anything else on this Today I Fucked Up? This was a fun one. I'm glad we.
This is
good. This is good, right?
Should we redo our blunders?
Yeah, we can redo that. We can talk about our silver linings with all that. You know,
right.
What I mean? What are or you can do both.
What were our mistakes? Oh yeah, Mexicans.
Well,
I guess my silver lining is I realized that it's not the Mexicans that scared me. Mm-hmm. It was just the flags.
The flags.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. More of an abstract fear, which in the end of the day, isn't every fear abstract? It's all in your head. It's not real. It's all about exposure.
That's a good one. That's a seriousness that you need to provide whenever somebody is complaining about their lunch order to you.
Right. Yeah, I think I realized, maybe I got to stop doing so many bits and just be a square.
Yeah. Well, what's the silver lining to being a square, no bit?
Because then everyone can open up to me and I'll be a good person. And I want people to know I'm a good person. That would feel good for me because I like being prideful. I like feeling the pride of being a good person. I like being righteous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What if there should be a flag for that.
Yeah. What would it look like? The scales. I'm thinking the scales.
I'm thinking it would be red, white, and green. Have an eagle on top of a cactus.
Okay.
And be eating a snake.
Okay.
That's a sign of a good person.
Do you know the story behind that? The snake and the cactus and the eagle?
No. I only know Cinco de Mayo. I only know the story of Cinco de Mayo.
I will tell you right now, my Mexican friend, emphasis on the Mexican, Fernando Ruiz told me the story, and let me tell you.
The famous Brazilian?
The famous Brazilian, let me tell you. Don't remember. It has something to do with like I think a person was like wandering the desert and they got like a prophecy that like if you see an eagle eating like a snake on a cactus, that's a sign that you are on like the correct land of Mexico, or you found Mexico or something like that.
That sounds like
it's something like that.
That sounds like a tree in the forest thing. It's
what do
like
you mean? Oh.
If an eagle eats a snake on a cactus, are you even Mexican?
Yeah, they won't even. Yeah, right. Rite of passage. It's their Mecca. They have to see that. Take the Hajj. Yeah. So I think that's like some sort of like some lore like that.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, I think that's a good stopping point.
Yeah, that's a good. Yeah, thanks for listening, guys. I love you so much. Hope you bus.
And that's not a bit. That's
for real.
100% sincere.
Again, we haven't released any of this, so I don't even know who we're talking to. But
yeah, and I
love you,
Mexicans, and I love flags.
And Tony, I love you, even if you don't want to tell me anything. It's kind of nice not to know anything. I'll tell you that much. I feel like people stop telling me things. I'm like, this is kind of nice, you know. Yeah. Then I hear something I'm like, whoa, that's crazy. I had no idea. It's like, you didn't know that? It's like, yeah, no one tells me shit.
I got something for you.
Okay.
Yeah, but after the podcast.
What the fuck?
I just thought it'd be a good way to end the podcast.
All right.
A secret.
On a secret. Yeah. Well, thanks guys for listening. Goodbye.